For as long as humans have looked up, they've seen them as equals, the king and the queen, the golden eye and the silver pearl. From our tiny, grounded perspective, they look almost identical in size, two perfect circles dancing a slow, million-year waltz in the velvet dark. But the universe is a master of perspective and a bit of a liar. That perfect fit during an eclipse? That's just a cosmic coincidence, a fluke of geometry. In reality, putting the sun and the moon in the same sentence is like comparing a grain of sand to a cathedral or a grape to a nuclear power plant. So, let's play a game. Let's ignore the laws of orbital mechanics, gravity, and common sense. Let's pretend the moon decides it's tired of its cold, lonely orbit around Earth and develops a sudden, fatal crush on the sun. What happens when the night sky's most faithful companion tries to pick a fight with a star? It's not a collision, it's a disappearance. This is the story of the shortest, most violent reunion in the history of the cosmos. Before the collision even happens, Earth is going to have some, let's call them relationship issues. The moon is our gravitational anchor. It's what keeps our tides in check and our axis stable. As the moon breaks away, the oceans don't just shift, they scream. Without the moon's tug, the global sea levels go haywire. Coastal cities aren't just flooded, they're erased. If you've always wanted beachfront property in Nebraska, this is your moment. But don't get too excited, you won't be around to enjoy the view. As the moon closes the distance, it begins to feel the sun's true power. We think of the sun as warm, but up close, the sun is a churning, screaming ocean of hydrogen and helium held together by gravity so intense it bends light itself. The moon is a cold, dead rock. It has no atmosphere, no magnetic field, no shield. Long before it touches the sun's surface, it begins to sweat. Except it's not water, it's molten rock. The surface of the moon, the craters of Tycho, the Sea of Tranquility, begins to liquefy. The footprints left by Apollo astronauts aren't just gone, they've been turned into vapor. It's no longer a moon, it's a teardrop of melting basalt screaming towards its inevitable end. There is a point in space called the Roche limit. It's the do not pass line of the universe. If a smaller object gets too close to a massive one, the gravity on the near side becomes so much stronger than the gravity on the far side that the object simply comes apart. The sun isn't even touching the moon yet, but it's already dismantling it. It's like a bully taking your lunch money before you even get to the cafeteria. The moon is being shredded. It's not a collision anymore. It's a celestial wood chipper. Our beautiful night light is now a smear of glowing dust. Everything that made the moon, the craters, the mountains, the history, has been reduced to a temporary decorative ring around a star that doesn't even know it's there. Now the remains of the moon enter the corona. This is the sun's outer atmosphere, a place so strange that it's actually millions of degrees hotter than the surface of the sun itself. If the moon had a manager, this is where they'd be filing a very heated complaint. The basalt and iron that made up our lunar companion are now just steam, a puff of rocky smoke in a hurricane of fire. The sun doesn't feel the moon. It doesn't flinch. To the sun, this collision is the equivalent of a single mosquito flying into a forest fire. It's a snack, a tiny, insignificant injection of heavy elements into a 430 quintillion-ton nuclear furnace. Finally, the impact. But there is no thud. There is no crater. The moon plasma hits the sun's surface and creates a ripple, a solar splash that travels across the sunspots and through the convective zones. And just like that, it's over. The moon is gone. It didn't put up a fight. It didn't leave a mark. It was simply absorbed into the star that gives us life. But back on Earth, the real horror is just beginning. Back on Earth, the survivors, if you can call them that after the 1,000-foot tsunamis, notice something immediately. The night has changed. It's no longer a gentle, backlit stage. It's a void. Hope you didn't rely on moonlight for your romantic walks or, basic biological navigation. For millions of years, life on Earth evolved around the moon's rhythm. Nocturnal predators, migratory birds, even the coral reefs, everything used the moon as a cosmic clock. Now, that clock hasn't just stopped, it's been melted down for parts. The loss of the moon's light is a psychological blow. We've lost our companion. The night sky is now a reminder of an empty seat at the table. We are truly alone in the dark. But the worst is yet to come. The moon wasn't just a pretty face, it was a stabilizer. Like the lead weights on a high-wire walker's pole, the moon's gravity kept Earth's tilt steady. Without the moon, Earth starts to wobble. It isn't a slight breeze kind of wobble, it's the North Pole is now the equator kind of wobble. Seasons become a suggestion rather than a rule. You could have a blizzard in July and a heat wave in January, followed by a decade where the sun never sets at all. Farming becomes impossible. Stability becomes a myth. We are a planet that has lost its gyroscopic balance. We are tumbling through space, and there is no one left to catch us. And what about the victor, the sun? How is it handling the tragedy? It isn't. To the sun, the moon was a rounding error, a speck of dust that hit the windshield at 60 miles an hour. The sun's mass increased by a fraction of a percent. Its light didn't brighten, its lifespan didn't change. It is the ultimate lesson in cosmic humility. We think of our world, our moon, our tides, our history as monumental, but the universe is a place of staggering indifference. You can take the most iconic duo in the sky, smash one into the other, and the galaxy won't even blink. We live in a golden age of geometry. We live in the only time in Earth's history where the moon is at the exact distance required to perfectly cover the sun. It's a beautiful, temporary miracle. If they ever did collide, it wouldn't be a battle of gods. It would be a ghost story. A story about how quickly the things we take for granted, the light in the night, the rhythm of the tides, the stability of the ground, can be swallowed by the very stars that created them. Appreciate the moon tonight, while it's still keeping its distance.